Welcome to this episode of Geneva Business Beat. We are joined by the Chief Executive Officer of the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute, my friend, Mary O'Brien. Welcome, Mary.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. Happy to be here.
And we were just talking before we went on camera, why it's called the Institute, the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute.
Because when we built this facility, we added services like the surgery center, MRI, pain management. So it was a comprehensive musculoskeletal institute, not just orthopedic.
Well, I know from experience, my daughter Grace has benefited from the good work at the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute. In fact, we spent quite a bit of time and money here rehabbing. So it's extraordinary work that you and your team do. And you've been involved for several years.
Yes, many years.
Many years. Notice how we're not saying how many years.
Yes.
But Mary, I know you helped really grow the organization from when it was a fairly intimate operation to what it is now today.
Yes, we had, at the time that we started plans for this building and moved to Geneva, we had 4 physicians. Currently we have 14 physicians and about 180 staff members.
Unbelievable.
So it's been quite a growth. We've been in the Geneva community since 1994 we opened the building, so almost 20 years.
And you serve folks from the very young to the very old.
Yes, we do. We have subspecialist physicians in every specialty. We have hand, we have foot and ankle, we have sports medicine, we have total joint replacement, we have spine, and we have pediatrics. So we've got all subspecialty trained physicians. The only actually orthopedic group in the area, immediate area, that is all subspecialty trained.
So it's really a one-stop shop for oopsie daisies.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is.
Yes, it is. And we just recently have been very excited about opening our Ortho First. So we have a walk-in clinic for anybody who has acute injuries. They can just walk over after school if they sprain their ankle and come in and we'll see them right away.
Unbelievable. Well, it's extraordinary work. And I know we're going to take a little tour and show our viewers a little bit more about what FVO is all about.
Yes.
Because some folks, perhaps a good thing, don't know what you are all about. But for those who do, it's an extraordinary story. So,
besides treating the patients after they've injured themselves, we also have physicians that are very active in education and trying to prevent injuries. We were quite active in a distracted driving campaign to try to stop the texting and so forth in the driving. And again, in overuse sports injuries and working with the kids and trying to prevent concussions and sports injuries and so forth. So we are all about that as well.
Concussions are on top of a lot of people's mind, no pun intended, with respect to all that's happening in the NFL and other levels. So
yes, I know.
Oh, golly. So join us as we take a tour. We've made our way through the hallowed halls of the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute, and we ran into none other than Geneva Dancing with the Stars dancer, Dr. Bartel, who's also an orthopedic surgeon here at the Institute. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So you're clearly not busy today.
No, not at all. So all those patients in the waiting room are glaring at you for no reason at all.
Well, you know, it's all good. My apologies for delaying the good doctor. Well, we had the pleasure of visiting with Mary O'Brien earlier, and we learned all sorts of history about the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute. Now, you yourself have been here for how many years?
This is 16 years.
16 years? Is that right?
Yes.
So you've been perfecting people's gait, repairing their shoulders, doing all sorts of fine work to make the community a healthier place.
I'm trying.
No kidding. And what's your proudest moment here serving in the Geneva community?
Oh, my proudest moment, I don't know if there's one specific time, but it's seeing all those people out there in the community and they say hi and they actually want to talk to me after I've treated them. So yes.
So they're clearly off their meds when they see you.
Hey, well, maybe they're on their meds. Yes,
well, that could be on their meds. That's the beauty of writing prescriptions.
That's right.
It's awesome. Well, you have a beautiful facility. We're very proud of what you do.
All right.
And we thank you for, again, rehabbing, rebuilding, and re-strengthening our community through the good work you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Being part of the community is the best thing for us.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right. Welcome.
Folks, we're live in the DEXA scan room at the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute. Now, I don't know what DEXA scan is, but I know my good friend Mary O'Brien does, and she's going to explain to all of us what this frightening yet important machine does.
This is a DEXA scan machine that we use for measuring the bone density of patients, so that we can tell patients that have fractures if their bones are weaker than they should be, and they always recommend that you should have a regular bone density test after about age 50, 55 for women, and even some men have had low bone density. So this is one of the preventive measures that we have here for hopefully preventing fractures in the future we can treat bone if it's not as dense as it should be. We have medication that people can take that will increase the density. Right.
Really? What about for guys my age who are approaching 50? When should I have my first DEXA scan?
Kevin, it would be kind of unusual for somebody that has never had a fracture in a male or has not had, for instance, prostate cancer or something along those lines. So probably your odds are pretty good of having good bone density.
Oh, okay. So. Interesting. Well, there you go, folks. And you provide free rides on the DEXA scan machine during Swedish days.
Right.
Excellent. Folks, the tour continues of the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute. We are now outside what we call the North Building. This building has a unique history, and it's only been really remodeled in the last 6 years. But prior to that, some of you old-time Genevans might know the history. Mary O'Brien certainly does.
This building, when we built the south building that we just were in, this building was the storage building for the Geneva School District buses. And there was all the school buses parked in here.
So that's amazing.
Building was owned by the Soderquist family, and in about 2004 we realized that we needed more space, and the buses were building their own garage west of town. So we bought the building and remodeled it.
Amazing.
And now we've grown into having our full MRI and more doctors in this building.
So depending on what treatment I'm having done, it will determine what building I go to.
That's correct. Most of the surgeons that do a lot of outpatient surgery are in the south building because that's where the surgery center is. And most of the physicians that work out of the office in the hospital are in the north building. So we have the total joint surgeon, the pediatric surgeon, the spine surgeon. We have a full MRI machine here that is with readings by musculoskeletal radiologists and very high quality films, and a lot less than having your MRI done in an inpatient hospital setting, for instance. So
now, I'm curious, on average per week, how many patients or clients come here?
We had, in the month of November, as the physician patients, we saw about 4,500.
4,500
patients.
In November of 2012?
Yes. That includes the patients that come into our walk-in clinic in the evenings with acute injuries. So we are open until about 9 o'clock at night. And that does not include patients that are seen in physical therapy in these two buildings.
So really the traffic congestion on Randall Road is primarily the result of Fox Valley Orthopedics success.
That's correct.
You're not willing to go.
That's correct.
We're actually further into the north building of the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute, standing just outside what I think is one of the coolest machines around. We all know it as the MRI, magnetic resonant imagery.
Correct. Wow.
And the MRI is one of the unique pieces of equipment that Mary O'Brien has responsible for securing.
Correct.
And it's been in operation here for how long?
This one has been in operation now for 6 years, since we've been in the north building. Prior to that, we had an open MRI in the south building, but the technology had improved so much that the images are much better in this full MRI machine. And we have top radiologists that read the images that are trained only in musculoskeletal, so we get good readings and good images, and it's convenient for the patients. Sometimes they can have the imaging done as soon as they get done with their appointments. It depends on what their insurance company will say, as far as, you got to call the insurance company first. But yes, it's been really helpful with the diagnosing of the patients.
And both adolescents and mature adults can use this machine?
Correct. We can do any scanning on here. We can do ankles, we can do wrists, we can do shoulders, we can do spines.
Unbelievable. And if I wanted just to open up my own MRI facility at home, what would a machine like this cost me?
Oh, about $1.5 million. Plus you got to build a room.
Competing with you.
You have to build a room that has a lot of lead around it and so forth, or a lot of non-lead, but protection.
Yeah, it's a fascinating place, folks. Fascinating. Hopefully, you won't have to use the machine, but rest assured that if you do, Fox Valley Orthopedics is the place to be. We're back inside the north building of the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute, and we're in front of a very important sign that conveys, I think, very important messages to the community. Would you like to share a little bit about this with us?
Yes. We recently, in August, started having immediate orthopedic care, which we called Ortho First. Many people know that our tagline is always first because we were the first orthopedic group in many aspects in this community, including way back in 40 years ago, the first orthopedic surgeons to bring arthroscopic surgery and total joint replacement. So when we were trying to decide of a name for our orthopedic care immediate care clinic, we decided Ortho First. So we want people who have an orthopedic injury to think about coming straight to the orthopedic doctor first. You don't incur the expenses of an emergency room.
Sure.
You don't go to an urgent care and then get referred. And we're here to take those patients at any time that they come in.
That's incredible.
So
really in 40 years' time, which is really the blink of an eye, so much has advanced in medicine. And really, Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute has been at the advent of all those changes.
That's correct.
And you proudly call Geneva home.
Yes, we have. Actually, we were in St. Charles before we built and moved here 20 years ago.
Right.
But for 20 years, we have
20
been in
years.
Geneva, and we've been very supportive of the community.
Yes, you
we
have.
are very participant in the chamber events and donating money to the chamber and participating in all their events. Our physicians are local to the area.
Yep.
Many of them are school physicians, team physicians.
Right.
We also donate our time to do sports physicals at all the high schools.
Yeah.
And have done that for well over 20 years.
That's amazing.
So we are very committed to Geneva, and we're happy to be here.
We couldn't have said it any better than Mary O'Brien herself. We're coming to you live from the Fox Valley Orthopedic Institute, one of Geneva's treasured members of the community. Congratulations and happy anniversary, and thank you for your time, Mary.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it.